Hi, I'm Michael Casella, also known as Pilsbury, and this is my fish shop, Age of Aquariums, and I'm going to tell you some fun facts that I've learned about fish over my 25 years in this business. Here's the classic neon tetra. I remember as a child going in the department store and seeing a school of them against a black background, and I thought that was just the most coolest thing. And to this day, this is one of the best-selling fish. Hundreds of thousands of them sell every year here in the United States. They're imported from South America. They're wild caught. There's also another kind of neon tetra called the cardinal tetra, which you've all seen, which has more red, but they're a little less hardy in captivity. And now they make Florida-raised neon tetras, which are raised on fish farms and are much hardier, not taken out of the wild. But taking fish out of the wild gives income to the native people, and it helps preserve the rainforest if people keep the tropical fish business alive. So we don't want to stop buying fish out of the wild because it saves that industry and its natural environment that it comes from. Okay, the neon tetra, when it first introduced in the United States, sold for $55 in New York City. But since then, the price has come down. I sell them at $2.49 and 7 for $14.99. Here we got a tank of classic live bears, the famous red wag sword. Big deal. These are all females. Here's one male with a sword tail on it. Usually the sword's longer. But this is a classic aquarium fish, been in the hobby for many years, along with the black molly and all its varying colors. Down here we got the shibunkin, which is just the same species as your common goldfish you buy at the fair, Cassius auratus. Asian fish raisers, fish keepers have been raising these fish for thousands of years to bring out these different colors. This is the calico shibunkin. Usually has three colors. You see blues, reds, oranges. Some is blues, yellows, and reds. Sometimes brown, orange, and white. But usually three colors qualifies it as a shibunkin. Over here there's more assorted goldfish. Here's your regular common goldfish. But they're all related, just like all dogs are related. It's the same species. Which even leads us to here, which is more of the shibunkin. And here's another goldfish, same species, but has been bred over time for these bug eyes and these different skins. They've developed it so well, we come up to here, we got the calico goldfish, calico telescope. They got the big bug eyes, they got the three colors, they got the nice fantails. This is from selective breeding. In Asia, they raise fish in like water woks. It's this big pan of fish. And what they do a water change, about a third water change every day. So for 1,000 years, they never needed filtration, and they kept fish they had a lot of oxygen because of the large surface area, and the water change took the place of the filtration. But over those years, they took the common gray goldfish. See that gray one? That's what a goldfish looks like in the wild. They've developed this fish into all these different colors, and even these different body shapes through selective breeding. The same way you breed wolves into poodles. Very complex, and it evolved to have this color. This fish came out of the wild, probably from the Philippine Islands in the South Pacific. He's in captivity. I don't think he likes it. No other fish are able to be kept with this fish. And if I go in there to scrape the algae, he has to bite me. He tries to bite me. If you look over here, we got similar situation as the goldfish, but this is the koi. These are the famous ornamental koi you see in all the big water gardens. They're developed from a common grass carp. And the story behind this is about 1,000 years ago, the people in China and Asia, all over Asia, would raise these fish, the common gray carps, for food. But occasionally they would get one with color, maybe some orange or some red or white. They would take this fish in a bag of water and maybe some kind of skin sack, but they would transport it to town. And there, again, they selectively bred these fish together till they come up with all kinds of random color patterns. And raising of koi is about randomness. They have hundreds of thousands of eggs, and their offspring are varied in color, shape, and fin length. What the breeders in Asia do, they select 5% of the brood for certain qualities and colors, and then they breed the parents of these selected fish back together till they can get as many different colors and varieties and shiny scales. I think we have some diamond scale koi in here somewhere, like that one there, got shiny scales. This one's got the blue, the herringbone scales, again here. And look, there's some beautiful pieces of driftwood, isn't that nice? We've got a large Plecostomus. Most of these are wild caught in South America and live a long time in the aquarium if they have driftwood. That's their natural environment. They feel comfortable. They're camouflage like wood. Keep a piece of driftwood in with your Plecostomus and they'll live many years like that one has. This Placelia reticulata, the common guppy, which in the wild is kind of a gray fish, and I'll show you one later. But they have been selectively bred for all these varied colors. You've got this black, you've got this like a female, look at the sunburst yellow and red. This is another big, beautiful female with a big tail. The females have that big, full body. It looks like they're pregnant. And the males are these skinny, weak-looking, pretty boys that just harass the females and relentlessly. A nice, heavily planted tank with nanofish, I call them. These are kind of the dwarf guppy, the glacier sunrise. This is locally bred, some beautiful little fish. Stay small, these are all males. All males together are happy. There's no fighting. They get along good. In the back, you can see some emerald-eyed tetras, the gold white cloud over here to the left. And they live amongst these plants happily. And this tank doesn't need a whole lot of filtration. The plants and the fish are in balance. The fish fertilize the plants, and the tank stays clean on its own naturally. Here's the Pictus cats. We've seen them eat in our other videos. Beautiful silver, black dots, long whiskers, nice tails. A classic aquarium fish. A little tricky to keep. They're scaleless, and they like to eat a lot of high-protein foods like bloodworms and sinking pellets. The Asphronomus garami. That fish will grow to 2.5 feet. In fish markets in Asia, they're an air-breathing fish, so they just lay them in the fish market and keep them wet, and they keep the fish fresh and alive to sell. They sold and market alive because they can breathe air. Here is another product of selective breeding. The beautiful electric blue Aquarium. Look at the color on that fish. This is from the regular blue Aquarium, which is a pretty fish in its own right, but this has got an enhanced blue sheen to it. Makes a big, beautiful show cichlid. Not super aggressive, but not too passive. Can go in with moderately aggressive fish. I believe one of these is an alligator gar, and the story behind them, maybe 1920s, 1930s, they thought that the alligator gar was eating children. So the government put this big bounty on alligator gars, and they were killing these beautiful fish that have survived in the wild and trying to extinct them because they were afraid they were eating babies, which wasn't even true. So they caught a bad route, but they're coming back. They live a long time and they go very large. Here we got a nice tank. I like this one with the driftwood and a big community of angels. Now they don't really like each other, but there's a lot of room. They've picked out territories. Once in a while you'll see one go over to another and like challenging. The same with these rainbow sharks. If you had two in a tank, they chase each other relentlessly. But if you keep a big group in there, they can't do a whole lot. Once in a while you might see one chasing another, but there you go. See, the angel just made that move? They all got it. That's his territory. That's his. There's your. I bet that's the dominant. See, there it goes again. Little territorial bickering. Goes on all day. Like having roommates you don't like. If anyone can relate to that. And this fish, the parrotfish, a real popular hybrid. And some of us just don't know why. They're a mix of like maybe a red devil and a convict. And if you breed them back together, they won't have babies that look like that. They'll look more like their original parents, more like a pink convict. Down here, we've got a nice tank of African cichlids. This is a real popular one, the Hap acei, the yellow fins and blue body. We got a little channel cat living in them with them. Let's watch him eat one more time. Remember him? Let's watch him eat again. There you go. Fish heads, fish heads. What's let the customer feed the fish?
Right here?
Yeah. This is the iridescent shark. It's called a shark but doesn't eat fish. They live a long time, can grow enormous. I used to have them maybe 2 feet long. It may be a common fish that they eat for food called, I don't want to say it. Here, the yellow tang, suddenly protected, harvested from Hawaii for years. Good selling aquarium fish. He's hiding, he's camera shy. Very camera shy. They're making laws against collecting of those fish in the wild. Here we got the pink convict, which is used to breed the parrotfish and some other fish. Beautiful fish. The females have the orange belly. And over here is the same species of fish, but in the black variety, the striped black convict. Very easy to breed fish. You need a male and a female and nothing else in the tank. It'll do well. If there are other fish, they run them into the corner. If you try to go near their nest, they will bite you. They've bitten you. Well, that's the end of this video of fish fun facts things I've picked up through my 25 years of working in this business. I started Age of Aquariums 25 years ago in this town, Cookeville, Tennessee, and I plan to keep doing it as long as I live. Well, thank you, and see you on my next video.